Hello, welcome to Train Sim Wolrd 6 and London Paddington Station on the Great Western Express route. This route has very recently been remastered.
Great Western Railway service to Penzance, calling at Reading, Taunton, Exeter St David's, Newton Abbot, Totnes, Plymouth, Iscard, Bodmin Parkway, Hull, St Austell, Truro, Redruth, Camborne, St Erth, and Penzance. Will passengers intending to travel on this service please join the train now, as it is ready to leave. Platform 8 for the 10:06 Great Western Railway service to Penzance, which is ready to leave.
What I'm trying to do is find one that takes me along the length of the line, a train takes me along the length of the line, and stops at a few of the stations. That's what I'm looking at the displays for.
Please be aware that opportunist thieves operate at this station and across the railway network. Do not become...
I think, let's go into the map and have a look.
Cycling, skateboarding, rollerblading are not permitted anywhere on the station.
Far end of the line is Reading. Okay, well, I believe this calls it Reading. Let's have a look.
Is the 10:03 Great Western Railway service to London Paddington. Calling
Yes, it
at
does.
London Paddington.
We'll catch the HST to Reading.
Passengers intending to travel on this service, please join the train now, as it is ready to leave. Platform 5 for the
Let's close the door.
to London Paddington, which is ready to leave. The train at platform 5
Can this do- oh, it does open. Ooh, first class. We'll sit in first class. Right. Let's go into photo mode, because it means we can have a little look around London Paddington Station, which, as I said, the route has been remastered. One person did all the work on the remaster, and it was made available last Friday. Free update if you'd already got the route. We're on platform 8, aren't we? Yeah, so this should be becoming our train anytime soon. There's GWR liveried HSTs. First Great Western liveried HSTs without the branding. That's quite a good shot. I'm getting a few screenshots. There's a 165. And then over here we've got the Underground line. Paddington. Does it go all the way through? Let's have a look. How far? Oh, I can't see because it goes pitch black. I believe that is... yeah, that goes straight on. But there's no trains on it, because I haven't got the... that one would probably be better to get on, because it stops at all the stations. But it's getting over there before it departs. Oh, it's got plenty of time. Okay. Tell you what. We'll go and catch that other service.
London Paddington, which is ready to leave.
That's a Gatwick Express service, not the one I want. Can I go through there? Yes. Is that a route hop? Where can I route hop? Euston, South Eastern High Speed, Bakerloo. What's locked? London Commuter. I haven't got that yet. Okay. We want to go up this side. We've got a few minutes before that 165 goes out. We need to be up here. Despite this being a remaster, I've done a lot of the collectibles on this end of the line. There's the 165, number 111. We will sit in the front half, I think. It's not going anywhere for a few minutes. I mean, it doesn't go until 10:11. I'm just going to sit in the very front, which I can do. There's currently no passengers on board. Looking across the station. Right, we want to sit facing forwards by a window, so we'll sit here. There we go. Looking across the station throat, we can go into photo mode and have a decent look around. There's another 165. Is that one departing or is it arriving? Arriving! Heading into London Paddington. Number 129. And that's London Paddington. The detail has improved from the original release. This is one of the oldest routes in the game. One of the 3 base routes from Train Sim World 1. Way back when. Sleepers. That's new. Rubbish. Lots of rubbish along this bit, which you wouldn't normally be able to walk along. Cameras. There's a lot of HSTs. Cone. It's quite a busy station, but it would be even busier if I'd got any of the London Overground, which would be on these bits. What else? Oh, there's that one coming in. Like mine, it's a six coach unit by the look of it. Yep. Goes down a longer platform. What else is around? Can I switch into that? Yes. View 8 means I can just look around a bit better. That one should be departing around about now. 10:06. I've gone through the roof. Yep, it's departing. Going to Penzance. Bye bye HST. Off to Penzance. does stop at Reading, but it's non-stop to Reading. And it'll be going at line speed. There's the buffet coach. And off they go. So, when does this one go? That one, 10:45. 10:15 for the unbranded First Great Western one. Hereford, 10:24. And 11:06 for that one. And then the last one, 10:30. Whereas mine, oh, go up over. Where's the board? There it is. Will you stop jumping above it, please? Mine goes 10:11. Not too long to wait. And then this one, which has just arrived, goes a minute later. It's currently got London Paddington. And that one, there should be a train come in before we go, maybe. Has this now got the nope, still not been destination. That's another route hop, is it? Ooh. You can actually jump down to... Oh, it doesn't. It only models around the corner. Anything else coming in? Yes, 2 coach. That is Westbourne Park, which is part of the Underground. Royal Oak. And here. What time's that one go? That one goes at 10:17 to Bedwin. There we go, doors opening. I want to see where that 2 coach one's going. I think it'll be on this line and then to the left. Yep. There it is. 2 coach train. Full of passengers. 125. 165, 125. It's coming in pretty quick. There we go. Into the end of the platform. Hopefully, we should be going on time. What platform is this? Platform 14. Okay. No, platform 13. That's platform 14. Is there anything coming down that one? Anytime soon? 12:12. Quite a way. Okay, we should be going any second. And we are virtually empty. So let's look from this angle as we leave. Oh, we've stopped at a red signal. Must be a train coming in. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to see what the driver's seeing. Hello. Don't mind me. I'm a member of staff. Normally I'd ride in the back. I just want to see out the front. Can't open the windows on these, unfortunately, because this was prior to... or these models were prior to the ability to open windows, which was Train Sim World 2. So that's a shame, but can't really do anything about it. Just waiting to see. Oh, there is a train coming in. Going to... there it is, it's an HST! And we're moving off. It's nice seeing the station busy. The pre-remaster, it really wasn't that busy. Oop. We're a bit far out. I want to be over like this. There we go. That's a good view. I don't know how long it will be till the first stop. There's the first underground stop. Graffiti under the bridge. And the underground goes under us and over there. There it is. There's the underground line. See? 4 track, 4 rails. And then it pulls away from us. Off over there. This section of the line is electrified. Unfortunately, not all of the line is electrified. It's nice seeing a number of trains coming in. We're going off to the left. Maybe not. I meant off to the right, not off to the left. Feathers were showing off to the right. There we go. Now we've moved up to the right. Should go past Southall and Old Oak Common on this route. I don't know where. This is me learning the route. Because while I've had the route some time, because I had it on Train Sim World 1 on my PlayStation, I only got it for this game when sale was on around Christmas, because I knew it was having a remaster, and I haven't actually explored the route as of yet. Trying to work out where that is. I think that's Southall. Easy way of finding out. It should be something listing. What is it? No, that's North Pole. North Pole Train Depot. And then we're going past. Zoom in a bit so I can get the Old Oak Common. So that's Old Oak Common, which is going to be International Station. Okay, they're using a 350 for Gatwick Express. There's an IET. There are timetable services to use the IET. It's the timetable set in 2017, so the class 801, 802, whatever it is, I think it's 802 for Great Western, weren't in regular service. Through... There's works on the HS2, I believe. Class 66. Oh. A Class 350 masquerading as a Gatwick Express unit. And some stone wagons in the goods yard. There is a lot of extra detail. More underground line. 4 rail. Looks like we're coming to a stop for this station up here. And then even more underground line. And an underground train! That looks like it's terminating. That's cool. What station's this? There's another 165 as we... That one's in First Great Western livery. What station is it? Let's go into photo mode. Ealing Broadway. There's the underground train. 3231. These are absolutely tiny. But they're also quite long. Designed to fit in the tunnels, which are really tight. Hence the small size of them. And also have as many passengers on as possible. So it's a terminus on both sides. Interesting. That's a terminus. I wonder if you can actually walk over here. I'm not going to explore it at the moment. I'm just looking at using the photo mode. There's a few things that are interesting to look at. Like the Oyster card machine. And Liquid Bean Cafe. There's the underground train again. There's the First Great Western liveried 165 with the one I'm on next to it. That one's heading to Paddington. We are heading to Reading. High speed line is this one. Anything due? Nothing on there. Any London bound services? No. That shows where we're going. And then this one. There's that one. London Paddington. What's out this way? When I first had this route on Train Sim Wolrd 1, leaving Ealing Broadway, the track suddenly disappeared. You got the visual track, but trains fell through the world into nothingness, and you'd get an immediate fail. That's a long artificial tunnel. It's under a building, so it's not a natural style tunnel. How far up here can we actually get before it starts saying, I'm not loading anything else in until you're driving or moving? It's interesting that the 4 lines are so far apart along here. I just want to see how far along here it'll go. See if there's another train heading towards London to the east, because Great Western went west. The improvement to the scenery either side is stunning. As I said, this was done by one person. They've not had help to do it. They've added in bits of detail that weren't on the original release. Adding in, there's a route map there that I haven't done yet. So, Ealing Broadway is the furthest I've gone doing collectibles. We don't stop at West Ealing. But, yeah, the detail that's been added to improve the route is brilliant. I mean, while it's a pretty... That's nice. It's the oldest, or one of the oldest routes in the game. And now it's on a par with... That's a safety notice bit. It's basically on a par with... I'm going to rooftop. Rooftop to West Ealing. I'll see the train go through. There we go. It means I can just look for the few collectibles. Is there a London-bound one stopping anytime soon? 10:27. 8 minutes. We can watch the train we did catch fly through. Ooh, that's open. That wasn't open before, as far as I remember. I can't remember what all the collectibles are. Route map, safety sign, dispatch battens.
Please be aware that some platforms at this station have no or only partial tactile.
Now that I'm here, people are loading in.
Once the train arrives, please mind the step from the platform onto the train.
There's the route map. Go up onto the other platform. Obey the rules and use the bridge. Always a good idea. I know there's a route map there. I've placed 7. It's finding things like the conductor's dispatch baton and anything else that's been added in the remaster. Where's that safety notice? I must have gone past it. HST. That went. And then a southbound non-stop 165. It actually feels like a real route now. Yes, I'd get even more if I'd got all... There's the safety sign. There we go. Keep back from the platform edge. If I'd got all the required DLC... That's a car going over the road bridge. If I'd got all the required DLC, then I wouldn't have...
This is a security announcement, reminding passengers to keep a watchful eye on their luggage.
There's the train I was on. Let's watch it go through.
Unattended luggage can cause unnecessary security alerts.
Once it's gone through, I'll move to the next station. There it goes. Okay, that's gone through, so we can rooftop. Or there's West Ealing sidings, and what's that one? AI service.
The next train to arrive at platform 4 will be the 10:27.
There's another HST.
Service to London Paddington.
So Hanwell.
West Ealing, Ealing Broadway.
We'll go to Hanwell. See what Hanwell looks like. There's that again. Now that is a gorgeous station building. See if we can find any of the collectibles. I'm not worried about... There's one. Keep back from the platform edge. I like the architecture of this station. I mean, that is quite pretty. Should somewhere be a route map. I'll go down the ramp in a minute. I'm just looking if there's any more. Okay. Let's go down the route map. There's a route map over there. I mean, down the stairs and underneath to get onto the... There's one. Anything out here? No, I can't go out through there. Can go out this one. No. Okay. Up onto the island.
For your safety, please be aware that some platforms at this station have no or only partial tactile paving on the platform edge. Once the train arrives, please mind the step from the platform onto the train.
Looking if there's any other collectibles while I'm around the station. True, I could go to the various sidings, like North Pole Depot, Ealing sidings and whatnot. There probably is collectibles there. But I just like looking... Oh, that's nice. Hanwell and Elthorne. The old Great Western styling. I mean, that is a traditional Great Western platform. Great Western Station building. With loads of people in it now. Right. Next point. Is that where I think it is? That's Southall. We'll go to Southall. See what's in there. If anything. Right, we are... gonna go this way. This is towards Southall Depot. There's Southall WCR and Southall LSL. It's where steam locos or heritage diesels or electrics go to be stored when they're doing rail tours from London. Strangely, almost all London stations can be accessed from around Southall. Okay, that's interesting. A cardboard box. Hello. That's a 3-coach one. And then an HST. See if there's actually anything in Southall. Apart from that freight that's sitting on the siding. Quite a long freight by the look of it. I'm not going to climb on it just in case it starts moving. I mean... Oh, it won't move. There's no loco attached. EWS. What type? What actually is it? FKA. Don't know what FKA stands for. I'll walk down here now. There's a buffer, so that wouldn't go this way. Or it wouldn't get loco from this end. The lights should actually be on. And that's a friction buffer stop. See if another train comes while I'm walking along here. Try and stay away from the edge. Let's just look. There is actually something stabled in there. What is it? Freight. So we've got freight wagons. There's Southall Yard itself on the other side. I'll go over there when I'm closer and have a look around. No point crossing over early. More detritus that's just been left. It's realistic. You do get a lot of junk. There's another 165. It's heading to the capital. And now we're getting close to the entrance to Southall, so we'll cross over. There we go. Have a look if there's actually anything in Southall Depot. Can we get in? It's fenced. Okay, we'll have to go right the way up and walk around. There's a water tower which shows that it does have steam engines and similar. That get outstationed here. Can I get into Southall Yard yet? Oh, that's nice. Can you actually climb up that bridge? No, it's fenced. Ah, it's gated. Not fair. Okay. This is Southall Yard, where steam locos, heritage diesels, heritage electrics get... Must be staff that use that. Yeah, they store them here, along with the coaching sets, ready for rail tours. Obviously, there's nothing actually in here, which is a shame. Would have been cool if you could have something like Flying Scotsman. Just let's be a bit cheeky. Steam Flying Scotsman. There we go. Mark 2As. There we go. Add a little bit in. It should load up. It's taking its time, but there we go. Flying Scotsman as another 165 goes past. Flying Scotsman at Southall with the Mark 2s. So it's West Coast Railway. I wonder if I can find any collectibles just randomly. I haven't got my iPad out, which would give me the exact locations. Oh, can't go any further. Oh, can. I'm just looking if there's anything like a safety warning or anything similar. I didn't need to add Flying Scotsman. I just thought it would be a bit of fun. This is nice. Coming inside the running shed. Obviously this is diesel. Oh, train coming. Which direction? I can hear one. Can't see it. Could hear one, but I can't see it. Okay. Can go up here. Gives a bit more height to look at the trains. Might be the road that I could hear. You can see that the two different rail companies that use Southall. Can you actually go in that? That'd be cool if you could. That's a shame. Let's go into camera mode. Have a look inside this coach. It's a restaurant stroke buffet coach. It's still detailed inside, despite you not being able to get in. That's quite cool. Then you've got the actual water tower and water column. So steam engines can be watered before heading out onto the main line. Here's Southall Station. Yep. Okay, why has it got a bit of Sanskrit underneath it? Any trains due? Heathrow Airport. There'll probably be collectibles here as well. But let's have a look at the... Can't I go up? Oh, I can. That's a modern interior. Let's go out the window. Can't go out the window. I want to have a look at what the station building looks like. It's a building on a bridge. Pretty basic. That one I don't think's been updated. Whereas by the tracks, it has. Anything due on here? No. And no. Can't see any sign. There's a route map. Can't see any of the warning signs. Which are the other collectible. They're supposed to be dispatch patterns as well. The black and white things. Don't know where they'd be. I'd have to have my laptop. I mean my iPad out. Let's go and have a look. Can I actually... If I open the water valve, will it actually... No, it won't do it when there's no loco there. Let's see. Okay. Let's spawn another train in. Also steam. This one. This one's fun. Created by just a random person. It's not official. But can I add water now? No, won't let me add water. That was weird. Number didn't load in fully. This is a freeware loco. It's actually quite fun. It does not give you anything to do with speed or signals or anything like that. So it's not very good for... Oh, hello. Are you a 350? I want to check. Let me look. Yes, you are a 350. A 351. Saying not in service. Really? Looks like you are, actually. Okay. Let's go onto the platform. Is that 5 coaches as well? They're normally 4. I'm going to look to see if this platform and this one have safety notices. No. Okay. What about down this side? I don't know how far I can... Oh, there's a cut through there. I don't know what the... extra writing underneath is for. Underneath the station name. Hello, HST. What I want to do is... go... You pushed me out of the way. I wish I wouldn't do... Can you stop pushing me? I'll get... What I can see is the...
Reminding passengers to keep a watchful eye on their luggage and personal belongings at all times. Unattended luggage can cause unnecessary security alerts.
Okay. So we've done Southall. There's Southall West Yard, which has got some goods wagons in it. Next station. Oh, what's this? Hayes Tarmac Siding. And Hayes and Harlington. We'll go there next. See if there's a stopping train to be able to do a bit more riding. Okay, we're at Hayes and Harlington, and there goes the HST that passed us at Southall, strangely. Passengers must not cross the line. Wasn't going to. At least not yet. I don't know. Oh, you're sitting down. If the
The next train to arrive at platform 4 will be the 10:41 Great Western Railway service to London Paddington.
Yeah, I'm not going back to Paddington. I'm investigating the station. Looking for any collectibles. Like, passengers must not stand next... or stand back from the platform edge, whatever the safety notice is. Don't think there's any along here. Nope. I'll go onto the island platform. Can hear the airport.
Calling at Southall, Ealing Broadway, and London Paddington.
Well, that one's stopping at Southall and Ealing Broadway before it gets to London. Well, I'm not catching it. You can move all you like. I'm going up and over. Yeah, I'm going to have to go at their speed because they won't go any faster. You dragging your luggage. Out the way. That's where I want to be. See if there's any route maps on this side.
This is a security announcement, reminding passengers to keep a watchful eye on their luggage and personal belongings at all times. Unattended luggage cause unnecessary security alerts.
The next train to arrive at platform 3 will be the 10:43 Great Western Railway service to Oxford.
Added a safety sign without realising it. Because it's there. Bye bye. Class 165. Okay, there's a train coming this way, but it's going to Oxford. I don't know. Oh, there it is. I don't know how far along this line that will go before it switches to... no, I can't go up there. Oh, hello. We'll see if...
Tilehurst, Pangbourne, Roaring and Streatley, Chelsea, Didcot Parkway, and Oxford.
I'll see if I can... Oh, would you let me on? Thank you. Anywhere I can sit? Wow. Full. Still full. Okay. Hello. Don't mind me. I just want to sit down. So. We'll go... Where's that one go? Please don't go that way. Otherwise it will fail. What's that? West Drayton. West Drayton. I think... Then we've got... Either... Langley... Slough. I'm sure the Oxford trains go through Slough. Burnham. Yeah, we stay on this line at the moment. Taplow. Maidenhead. There's a lovely viaduct at Maidenhead. Very famous viaduct. Is that... That's Twyford. And that's Reading. So we should be all the way to Reading within this train. Reading is before Oxford. Well, before Didcot. Might try and get a screenshot over Maidenhead Viaduct. So that's pretty cool. There's one of the lines going away from us. There's the cement. All I'm doing in this video is exploring the route. We've now passed where overhead electrification, at the time the route set, ended. So you've got the masts, but no overhead electrification. The Class 802 can go all the way to where the electrification ends and then continue on. It goes there under electric and then continues on in diesel mode. Oh, go this side. Here's West Drayton Station. There's a canal there. It's nice. Go back in the cab because I can hear where we're calling. In fact, I could just be London, Paddington, Oxford. Current status, stop it. It's another interesting station, this. You've got the Great Western Architecture still, but also slightly modernised with the bridge. And is it a ramp or is it steps? It's steps. So to switch platforms is incredibly cumbersome if you are if you have mobility issues. Oh, there's a platform here as well. Off we go. You look bored.
The next station is Hythe. This is a Great Western Railway service to Oxford.
What did it... It doesn't... Next station will be... Ivor. Okay. We'll just ride in here. There is the option of doing guard duty now. That's been added as one of the enhanced bits. It does make it so much more immersive. But... Oop, there's another one coming. That's another 165. 3-car. That's GSMR up there. I have no idea how to turn AWS and TPWS and all that lot on in here.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform and take care when stepping down from the train.
I think it's one of these over here. Zoom in and have a look. Train lighting, train preheat, fault. That's the headlights.
This is Fiver. Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closing. This is a Great Western Railway service to Oxford.
I hit the wrong button then, I wanted that.
Roaring and Streatley, Chelsea, Didcot Parkway, and Oxford.
Does this actually stop at Reading? Let's have a look. I can wait for it to go. Calling at Langley, Slough, Maidenhead, Twyford. Yeah, it does go to Reading. Okay. It's a long train as well. 5 coaches by the look of it. Let's have a look. Yeah, 5 coach. Still got the overhead masts, but still no wires. So the electrification hadn't continued. Despite the masts being in, they stopped it. I honestly don't know how far the electrification's got to in real life. It's not a line I've ever been on. Which is a shame, because it looks a fun line to go on. We're on the slow lines. Fast lines are the 2 on the left. Looks like there's a goods loop. Not actually past any moving freight. Which is weird. Here we go, next stop. There's some freight wagons, but no loco. And we are now at Langley, which is a different style of building altogether to the rest. You stop pushing me out the way. Not very accessible, is it? All of these stations have got steps to get from one platform to the other.
24-hour CCTV recording is in operation at this station for the purpose of security and safety management.
Doors closing. And off we go. Actually been on the go for 54 in-game minutes. Video's probably longer because I've stopped and done some screenshots. But at least I know that the hole in the ground has been filled in. because the trains haven't just fallen through. The extra traffic has been quite good. If I'd got all the layers, there's over 2,000 timetable moves for the entire day. Unfortunately, I've not got all the extra DLC needed at the moment. It'll be basically get them as and when I can afford them. Need 2 London Overground routes, Mildmay and the Suffragette line. The London to Brighton route. I'll have to look. There's a few that I haven't got. Quite a few that I haven't got. I've just noticed you actually get heat haze from the exhaust. That is a good feature. Next station coming. There's another. That's a 2-car 165. I'm surprised there's no 150s layered in from Riviera line. Because that would be... I'm sure they were used in 2017. Which station's this? Slough. So John Betjeman made a poem about Slough. Come friendly bombs and fall on Slough. It's a bit more famous for other things. Like, it's where AP Studios were based off. Let's go up a bit. I believe... where would Slough Industrial Estate be? Off that way, I believe. AP Studios are better known as the Jerry Anderson people. Jerry Anderson, Derek Meddings, Sylvia Anderson as she became. There's a thingy sign. Basically, almost all of Jerry Anderson's series were made in Slough. Starting with Four Feather Falls, LED signal. Yeah, starting with Four Feather Falls, then Supercar, Fireball XL5, Stingray, Thunderbirds, Captain Scarlet, Joe 90, Secret Service, then the live action ones, UFO, Space 1999, The Protectors, then Terrorhawks was not filmed in Slough, nor was Space Precinct. And then the modern new Captain Scarlet and Thunderbirds Are Go, or as well as Lavender Castle, they were made in... Space Precinct was Borehamwood. Oh, train going past. And Lavender Castle and Thunderbirds Are Go was Weta Workshops, so New Zealand. Weta Digital. Captain Scarlet was Big Computer somewhere, and I can't remember where, because it's all CG. And it is actually the worst of the series, because the CG just wasn't good enough. When you compare it to the Thunderbirds Are Go, which is the 2000s remake of Thunderbirds, which was a mixture of CG and physical props. Yeah. As you can probably tell, I like Thunderbirds, or anything Gerry Anderson related. I've even got the episodes of programs that never made full series. Like, what is it? Dick Spanner PI, a robotic private investigator. Day After Tomorrow, which was made between the two series of Space 1999, with Brian Blessed in it. That's why he appeared in the second series of Space 1999, strangely enough. There was one pilot of that, and I've got it on Blu-ray. It's quite good. It would just have been way too expensive, so Lou Grade decided not to commission a full series. What else? I have actually got almost everything that Gerry Anderson made or was involved with. The only one I haven't got is The Adventures of Twizzle, which was a Roberta Lee series, but Gerry Anderson did all the puppet work. Same with Torchy the Battery Boy. Gerry Anderson was the one who did the puppets, whereas Roberta Lee was the director. So, Adventures of Twizzle, Torchy the Battery Boy, they were both before Four Feather Falls, but they weren't proper Gerry Anderson productions. Same goes for Space Patrol. That was Roberta Lee, but Gerry Anderson was not involved at all. And when Space Patrol was being made, Gerry Anderson, Derek Meddings and the rest of the crew were just starting on Four Feather Falls. Yeah, I know my history of Gerry Anderson productions and things like that. Sorry if I'm boring you and talking about stuff that's absolutely nothing to do with trains. It's just because Slough's included, and that's where most of the Gerry Anderson productions were filmed. Ooh, we've got Overhead Catenary back. We had a bit without it, and now it's back. Or at least the masts are. No wires. So it looks like it's modelled at a point where the overhead was in the process of being installed, but hadn't been completed. Is this? Yes, it is. This is Maidenhead Viaduct. It's famous because of how flat it is. Let's go down like this. There we go. Can't see my train, but you can see how flat the bridges are. Isambard Kingdom Brunel, when building it, deliberately left the formwork underneath when the first trains went across to try and fool other engineers into thinking that... Why are you jumping? I want to be above so I can get a decent... Try to fool other engineers into thinking that it'd collapse if the formwork came down. And, well, get up over here. When the formwork was removed, basically, his arches withstood the strain, and they're still going now. Well over 150 years later. Actually, closer to 200. 1836, 37. Maidenhead Viaduct was built. And we're approaching Maidenhead Station. Great Western Railway was incorporated in 1832, same year as the Festiniog Railway, a month later, and opened 4 or 5 years later. It is one of the flattest mainline railways in the UK. That's actually got lifts. Maidenhead. So Maidenhead's accessible. Still got its Great Western design buildings. I might write or just do a simple scenario where I'm driving a Class 150 from Paddington to Reading, stopping at every single station. I don't know whether I'll have passing trains to start with, but I do like making my own scenarios, so being able to stop would be good. I might even do a free roam and just stop at every station and investigate. Have a look around and... Let's see. Maidenhead. We're not going up that way. Next station is... down here. Oh, there's a long train. Is that a freight at last? Hope so. Because that's on the slow. Next station. Oh, there's the thing. Twyford. We're on our way to Twyford next. And then it's Reading. So 2 more stations. let's see if we can see a freight. There's a 2-coach non-stop 165 in First Great Western unbranded. The detail is much better now, and despite the extra traffic, my laptop is coping. I'm hoping that is a freight, which would be going to maybe Old Oak Common, mate. I'm not too sure. Soon find out. Well, won't find out where it's going, but soon find out if it is a freight. Because it'll be visible fairly soon. Keeping an eye on the line. Go on this side, I can see around the corner. I can just about see whatever it is, I think. Yes. Maybe. No. Can't tell. No, that's not it. It was a bit of LOD issue. It'd be nice to actually pass a freight on this journey. Yes, it's taken me longer than would normally do if I just stayed on the train, but I wanted to explore some of the other bits. See how they've been changed, because Southall originally was just a grey block. Just a big block that you couldn't access. And now it's working. You can visit the various parts. There's that other train. And it does look like it might be a freight. It is a freight. It's a Class 66 on an intermodal train, and it's well weathered. Can barely see that it says EWS on the side. It's a pity the containers aren't weathered. That's about the only negative so far with this modern improved route. The containers on the freight are not weathered. They wouldn't be that clean unless they were absolutely brand new. There's no way they're brand new. And that's another bit. The rear lights on the 66 would not be on. Okay, let's carry on. 2 more stations. Twyford and Reading. I have actually looked at Reading on the remaster, so I know what it's like. I'm just going to ride the train all the way there. And just watch as we go. if you're still... Oh, there's a HST. In GWR. If you're still watching, thank you for staying with me. Hope you're enjoying this. Friday's video will be something a little different. It's me building a couple of Metcalf card building kits for my model railway. I actually recorded it yesterday, and when it came to editing, I discovered that the audio was a bit low. There was absolutely no way that I could redo it because the buildings were finished. So I've uploaded it with the low audio. It's going to be the first of a monthly series where I build the Metcalf kits for my layout. Future videos I will use my wireless microphone and not just rely on the built-in microphone from the cameras. So I hope people watch that. It's just building two kits that I got free with magazines over the last few years. Starting with an old stone cottage, and which was from British Railway Modelling about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe longer. And then a little fish and chip shop, which was available with last December's Railway Modeller. I've built quite a few Metcalf kits, and I decided why not video them and show how to build them. So that's what I've done. Hopefully people will watch it, and the second Friday of each month will be a model railway kit building day. I don't understand why the valance on these stations is bright purple. Would be better if it was either chocolate, Great Western, cream, also Great Western, or dark green, Great Western. The bright purple... Oh, there's a safety notice there. The bright purple looks a bit garish. There's also a route map. Can't tell that side. This is Twyford Station, last one before we get to Reading, and it's got lifts, so Twyford is definitely accessible. Shouldn't be too much longer before the train gets into Reading. Let's go back in here. Unit number 600,000. No, it's not. That's another fault. It's not got the correct number in it. I mean, the unit is 165136, and it's showing as 6,000. We going yet? Come on. Can I turn AWS on? Cab light off. Train door release. Couple. Use the horn in a 166. for the first time. That's the wipers. Contact signaller.
This is a Great Western Railway service to Oxford.
Oh, HST going the other way. I don't know how to turn the... Thank you. I wanted that. There we go, we now get the ping when we go past the signal. Did you have to turn that on? I was driving so well without it. Look on her face then. It's almost as though she didn't want the AWS on, which she's supposed to have on when she's driving. Guard can control doors from here. Because you've got door close, door release, guard buzzer. Ooh, nice little pond over there. I'll stay in the cab for this last bit. It's not too far. Can you... Oh, that's... Okay. Can I change the setting? Yes. Okay. Newton Abbot. New key. New port. Cool. Put it back to Oxford. There we go. Playing with the destination display between stations. Didn't know I could do that. You cut power. How fast are we going? Under 100. Then again, these are limited to 90 miles an hour anyway. I have done the driving tutorial for these, the HSTs, all the other trains that feature on this. So I could do a timetable run from either Reading to London or London to Reading. I do want to do the IET 802 service. It's a 4-part or 5-part. You start at depot, go to London, London to Reading, Reading to London, and then back to depot. Something like that. That would be an interesting 2, maybe 3 videos. Depends on how long it takes to do the depot to terminus. But it is replicating testing in 2017 of the Intercity Express trains, IETs. She is actually pressing the buttons. That is something I hadn't had on any other ride like this, where there's been a separate driver. It's actually quite cool. As I said, the timetable mode includes testing the IETs between London and Reading and back. While we also get other services that we can run, like this one, like the one I first got on The HSTs. There's even a rail tour, which might be worth doing. This isn't the longest route. Far from it. But it's nice having the update. We are now arriving at Reading. So I'm going to get up. Can I fold the seat back up? Yes. I'm going to get out this door. Let's just crouch down a second while we're coming to a stop. It's currently got a red signal, so she can't go anywhere. Thank you. I'll close the door behind me, if you let me. You won't let me close the door, will you? Okay, you'll have to close the door before you go. There we go, Reading. There's a 6 car one. That might be the one that I was on first thing. Let's have a look where it's going. Looks like it's not in service. So it'll be going to depot. Let's just have a look at the front. Yeah, it's not in service. So it'll be going over here. And then onto this line, by the look of it. I haven't looked at this bit yet. There's 165122, a 2 car. 129, which is on service to Reading. So that's being prepared. Okay. And then there's one over here. In unbranded first grade. No, that's in GWR. And that's also out of service. Okay. And we got the main line. There's a yellow for a train coming into Reading, which means the next signal is red after it, because it's a single yellow, not a double yellow. There's a line down there with a siding. As I said, the person who's done this remaster, he's done it entirely by himself. The only bit that Dovetail did was the services. So, timetable and everything else to do with that. But the gent who's done the actual remaster has done a very good job to do it by himself. That's off to sidings. That'll be going to Oxford. I want to see if the door shuts when the others shut, or whether she leaves it open. Because I can close that door, but I can't close that door. It's weird. Still going to Oxford. I could have... Sorry, I'm just messing around with your display. Still hit the wrong one. I want that one. There you go, you're going there now. No, you're not. It's still saying Oxford. Okay, I can't change it that way. Unless I hit OK, maybe. That's saying Penzance. Zoom out. There you go, now it's going to Penzance instead of Oxford. And she's left the door open. Okay, it's reversing. Nope, she's changed it back to Oxford. Okay. Can I close the door? Oh, HST arriving. You've got... What's this? Reading Upper Triangle Depot. Reading Train Care Depot. Reading Train Care Depot West. And then portals. It's actually really well done with this. There we go, Reading. If I had the Cardiff City network, as well as London Brighton, the 2 London Overground, and that's naughty, you're driving with the door open. It looked like the door was closing, but it's not. It's still open, look. That's naughty. It's very naughty. You're not supposed to drive with the door open. You get told off for that. Yeah, if I'd got the extra DLC, there'd be even more traffic. So I'll probably get the extra DLC, but not all at once, because it'd be very expensive. I mean, one of the... That's pretty. You need things like... Go onto the escalator and go down. You need things like Cardiff City Network, West Cornwall branches. Where's this route up, say? Riviera Line, Cardiff City Commuter, West Cornwall Local. I haven't got those two. I have got Riviera Line. You can go to Exeter, Paignton, Plymouth. There's a route hop. Can't leave the station. Whereas I can go into photo mode and look at the outside of the station. Can I? No, it won't let me. Maybe if I go up and over. Can I go up and over and have a look? Yes. There we go. There's Reading Station, old station building, and then the new bits, because you've got platforms over here where there's a couple of 165s in the bay platforms, and then you've got offices. Considering you can't normally see these bits, they're actually quite detailed. Wouldn't normally go into this view, or people wouldn't normally go into this view. There's some bikes. Mountain bikes, that's quite cool. You can see that from the exit. You can see these tables. What can you see over this side? Bus depot, or bus stop. And the modern entrance, which you can't actually get down to, unfortunately. Despite having all these stairs and signs that are visible, you can't come down them. Which is a shame, really, because it'd be nice to be able to go down there. But you can look out like this. Out at the buildings off that way. Go back down. As I said, there's the bus. There's a car park with no cars in it. Don't think there's any on any of the floors. There's some more bikes. There is some cars on the ground floor, but they've got no number plates. They are actually better detail than the cars on Birmingham to Crewe. The remaster is amazing. Ooh. I mean, the person who's done all this work has done an amazing job. It's just a pity that you can't walk out this far. Even this far away. Car that you can see into. And another one. They don't need to be this detailed, where you can actually see inside. Okay, was it an American or European steering wheel? That's not so good, that it's got continental steering on every single car in the car park. They don't need the cars there, because normally you wouldn't get out this far. But they're there. That is quite a... Every car that's got a clear window is left-hand drive. That's not such a good thing, but the fact that you can see inside the car is good. How about over here, where you can see from the station? Also left-hand drive, but you can still see in. It's not something you expect to be able to see into car windows Okay, the vans are solid. But the reflections on it are really good. Same with the buses. You can't see in. They are technically low poly models. But they're still good enough quality that from on the station, say here, there you go. Those ones are low poly, solid windows and comparatively low detail. And they're visible when you're standing there. The ones that are further away don't need to be so detailed. Doesn't matter. It's just an extra bit of detail. Let's go over to that platform. I could just run up the escalator, it's quicker. Right. I've never been to this station, so I genuinely don't know how realistic this is. Can't use the escalator down to this platform. Let's just see.
Arrive at platform 15 will be the 11:27 Great Western Railway service to London Paddington.
Yeah, you can see from standing the buses, the cars. It's totally... Oh, there's a map. It's more immersive now than it was before. There's the way down to the... Oh, hello. I'm not going to catch you. Didn't know that I hadn't got that route map. Even the destination boards work better now. One thing that hasn't been able to be added because of the base game itself at the time is working lifts. But you've still got more stuff in. There you go, you can see inside those cars because they're close to the station. And they're not right next to a building. I think they're modern. HST leaving. They're the modern replacements. But, yeah. The remaster is stunning. There's extra bits that have been added or improved upon that just weren't there when this route first came out. Okay, the escalators, apart from right by the entrance, don't work. Even this one, which is a double escalator, doesn't work. But that doesn't really detract from it. In fact, the escalators are just a little bit of added fun. I like the way you can just look down through these windows and see the station. There goes the train that... Oh, that's one that's just arrived. See what it is. It is HST. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this totally different type of video where I've just explored and looked at the new updates to the Great Western Express route. As I said, it is possibly the oldest route in the game. I want to sit down. There we go. I'll sit there. I'm in first class. It's the oldest route in the game. Came out with Train Sim Wolrd 1. And it's now been updated. You can do guard mode on some of the trains. There's more timetable services.
Station is London Paddington. This is a Great Western Railway service to London Paddington.
There's more services, more layers. It is vastly improved from the old pre-remaster version. Anyway, thank you for watching. As I said, I hope you've enjoyed it, including me going off on a ramble about Jerry Anderson. And until the Model Railway video on Friday, and then back to Train Sim on Monday. Ooh, we got a freight going past. Stone. Let's get... I have not seen that livery before. Climate Hero. Looks like it's a... It's actually loaded stone as well. That's cool. Yeah. Friday's video, as I've said, is Model Railway 1 building Metcalf kits. That would be the first of a once a month series with the next, with it being the second Friday of each month. The second one will be filmed and then uploaded when I'm ready. And as I said, I did make a mistake with the audio. I will openly admit that. But I do hope people watch it. Until Friday's video and then Monday. Have a good time and be seeing you.
Productions. Filming trains and events that happen in town.
Wearing his red trilby, Dale can be seen with cameras 3 all set up.
Steam trains and diesels, electrics and freights.
Dickens and fireworks,